Okay guys, I'm going to do a little follow-up on my the nooses that I did a video on about a month ago. I had a few comments about a few different things, parts of the knot that I guess maybe I didn't explain well or whatever, so I thought I would do this. And the part of it that I really want to focus on though is tying the nooses onto the trap. But there's one other little aspect, and that's how to put my noose stopper on, which I'm going to show you when I start actually tying the monofilament. So let's just assume that I've got my noose tied in the perfect spot I've got my noose all ready to go here. All right, I'm just doing this real quick to show. All right, so this is what stops my noose from opening, right? All right, I'll try to keep my hands out of the way. This is our second filming. So, all right, I'm coming at the corner intersection, right, of the trap. I don't want to do it on one of these bars because then it'll slide up and down. This gives it a much more stability. All right, I'm going to pull the noose stopper right down as close, not all the way to here, but a little higher. And then I'm going to wrap, try to keep my hands out of the way. I'm going to wrap this twice around. All right. Twice. Then I'm going to continue on around right through here and go through. All right. Now you see I got this big loop right here. I'm going to come right back with the end. I'm going to come right back through that loop. All right, so it's basically the same thing as a clinch knot. It's used improved clinch knot in fishing, except for you go 5 times around when you're using improved clinch knot. You tie it down. All right, the second part of this is then, in order to make sure 100% that a hawk doesn't go flying off with a noose that slipped off the wire, I actually make another little overhand knot right here, and then I have a tool. You have to kind of use this tool on the, you don't have to, but on the monofilament line or the fluorocarbon line to pull it and tie it really, really close right down at the base of the knot, like that. All right, and then I just clip off this right here. I'm using cuticle clippers normally, but we'll use this for just cutting it off. And then you would have your whole knot like this. You pull it nice and tight, and it will actually stand up. It won't stand up because this is a limp line, but basically this is the idea. It would stand up like this if we had using this other line. All right, now I'm going to do it using the fluorocarbon line, so you can it's a little more difficult. I've already got a noose tied, and I want to show you how to get that noose to stop at be the perfect size. I make the noose the right size that I want. I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit. Then I'm going to make a mark right where I want it to be with a Sharpie. All right. Then I'm going to tie an overhand knot. That'll slide easily. If you go ahead and run it through twice like I like to do, it won't pull up the line. So I just get this part of it all the way done. There's my little black line or mark. All right, right there, I've got it up. And now at this point I go back through, and after you've done about 75 or 100 of these, it gets a lot easier. Now I've got this, I wet it with my spit and pull it tight. All right, perfect. And now my noose will stop right at that. I'm a little off on that one, but anyway, that's it. All right. So now I'm going to tie it onto the wire trap. In order to get it through up here, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get through. Another little trick, I just take my thumbnail and do this a few times. It puts a little curl on the end. So you can just run it through right like that. All right, so you want to pull it down to where your noose stopper knot is. All right, you want to pull it down close, not all the way, because you got to leave a little space. I'm going to go around 2 times, only 2 times. All right, then, sorry guys, then I'm going to go right back through the bottom loop. Can you see that? All right. All right. Now I have this other nice big, oops, didn't go through, excuse me. I'm not going to do this 15 times. All right, so now I've got my other little knot. See, the loop went through the bottom. Now I have this loop. Now I'm going to go back through this knot one more time. Hope that made sense, guys. All right. An improved clinch knot, but not going around 5 times. I'm going around twice. Gosh, I hope this shows. All right, then I got to lick it with a little spit. That's important for it to be able to pull it tight. It doesn't, this fluorocarbon does not pull tight if it's not wet. So I pull it tight here. I cinch it, push it down with my fingernail as low as I can, right on the trap, all right? Right on the wire. You don't want it to, you want it tight as hell right there on the bottom. Now I pull the tag in second, all right? Good and tight, good and tight. Now the last thing I do, now see I've got, that's probably 1.5 inches standing up. I wish it was about 1 inch, but anyway, it is what it is. If you figure out a better way to do it, let me know. The last thing I do is I take my fluorocarbon and I slide it down right to the edge of the trap, right to the base of the noose, all right? And I pull it tight and I cinch that thing right up against the noose. And this little knot, probably can't even see it. Can you zoom in on it or not? Will it zoom in? You see it? Can you see it right there? That's just to keep it from never sliding through. That's all, the only purpose that knot is right there. You can leave it off, but I just don't want a hawk flying off with a noose on its toe. And then this will, if it's good and tight, you can really grab it and yank on it and get it as tight as you possibly can. The tighter the better. All right, right there on that cross. Then you just open your noose right back up. All right, and you see how pretty that stands up there, waiting for a hawk's toe to go right through it. Pull tight. We caught 3 hawks in 3 tries in seconds. So it seems to be more deadly than any trap I've ever used in my 23 years of falconry, 24, it's been last year. So anyway, hope that helps. Got any comments, leave below. Improvements, I'm all up for improving if somebody's got a better idea. Thanks a lot.